Hello. How is everyone doing? Let me see if I can get my... Oh. Give me my cards. Anyway, we have a slightly updated list. I'm trying the Stoneforge again because I quite liked it, so here we are. We've dropped made a couple of changes. So we dropped the third Stoneforge for the portable hull. It gave me a sideboard slot for an extra endurance. I've added Alpine Moon. And outside of that, not sure that there's too many. I dropped the Catch Triome, which I'm really not sure about, but I'm going back to the Cavern of Souls. Yeah, I kind of think Cavern could do some tricks for us, so yeah. I watched a video from last time. So the Stoneforge match. So I'm going to have another go with some Stoneforges. What creature type is Stoneforge? It doesn't share any. That's a shame. Oh well. Anyway, we were trying to export this list. Close that. I'm trying a portable hull in the main. So, I mean, look, I can really get behind pretty much every choice there. So, anyhow, let's go. Let's just get on with it. Need to get this number changed as quick as we can. But also, I don't think my video, the browser thing's working. Let me just make sure. Yes, a Stream Deck is working. How do we... Such companion design to help choose, but I don't feature such card. I don't know how to do it. This is like spray message channel every. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't think there's a wrong answer. I do like how this Stoneforge does make our combo more deterministic. Kind of, but kind of not, because if you drop Finale, you make your less likely to kill, unfortunately. How do I connect with Twitch? Right, how do I do the thing? Because I guess we don't have a league record. Oh wait, maybe we do have a league record. Sweet. Okay, this hand... Ugh. It's probably okay, isn't it? I think is the overriding feeling here. Yeah, with a single Finale, you kind of more deterministic. This sounds pretty bad, but because I can't get Stomping Ground, I've dropped the Catcher Triome, so I have to get Temple Garden, because otherwise I have no green source. And then we draw green source anyway. But yeah, I'm just doing a whole lot of passing the turn. And if they're just a counterspell deck, it's quite awkward. Like, they play Island, what do I play? Nothing, probably. But, like, how does this get any better for me? I'm not really sure. I just keep passing for now. I mean, if they tapped out for Teferi there, I guess I can kill them. But they didn't, so that's a shame. They probably let that resolve as well. Because why wouldn't you? Actual bolt, okay. Wasn't expecting that. And they're missing land drops, which is kind of good. Okay. I'm tempted to fire off this. Yeah, I'm gonna. I was pretty tempted to pick up Cavern of Souls if that resolved, but I'd still be in a tricky spot. Not knowing what to name with Cavern there. This is pretty bad. These two are uncastable. I can keep playing out the lands. There's no reason to sandbag it really, except to play one of these off the Lotus Bloom. But yeah, this is a problem with just passing the turn all the time. Mr. Blackburn, hello. Right, and that's pretty good against what we've got going on. They miss a land drop, so I guess I play Kaldra Compleat, right? And hope they don't have Solitude. I'm going to get a non-basic because life total doesn't matter. Maybe they run Field of Ruin or something. Kill Teferi? Question mark? Yeah, I thought not. Yeah, bit annoying. You'd have to assume that now nothing resolves for the rest of the game. We can't fight on the stack. Huh. Well, I'm going to play Tameshi actually. Hope they counter it and then slam Teferi and hope that that sticks. Okay. Well, I can't play Teferi into 5 open mana, so I'm just going to pass. And then this gets countered by Teferi. They can bolt or they can Archmage's Charm. It's pretty strong. Yeah, draw 2 is pretty good. Anyway, we're kind of just stuck here. I just don't really see them slipping up. There's a chance here, isn't there, that the Teferi sticks. They probably have one counter spell. Wargate. Teferi. I could bounce this, and then they can snap bolt it, but they'd have to do that at sorcery speed. And does that make that resolve? Like, I want the draw, don't I? I think I just bounce Snapcaster. It looks a bit crazy, but not going to play that. We'll just try and stick this cultivator. But like I say, we know that they have Snap Bolt, and then they still have 4 mana up, so... If I'm the opponent here, I quite like bouncing Snapcaster. Let's get this countered and then let's scoop. I know we had it out still, but not really. Okay. Right, what do I want? Spell Pierce, Veil of Summer, and all this stuff. And what don't I want? I'm going to cut a Lotus Bloom and a Wargate. And the Portable Hole and a land. And maybe a Colossus. And a Call. I quite like Call for Thrun. Just testing, but also like the mana cost matters. Do I want all of this stuff, so I guess I trim a bird. Stoneforge maybe. It can't be Stoneforge, that's just wrong. Let's trim an Endurance. Yeah, that seems okay. Okay, so yeah, White Triome, Basic Forest, this. Could get Basic Forest now because I don't really want to draw it. So trimming one is good. Filter the deck. I think we've got enough lands. I'm going to get Kaldra. Force them to try and answer this now. I think that's right. Could be convinced that it's not. I guess a Snapcaster deck. Bolt deck even. But not the end of the world. Let's try and jam this Teferi. We actually have a decent amount of land drops here and follow up. That just has to be counter spell, right? It is. So we'll get. Yeah, the hand's pretty good, I think. But yeah, I guess I just hold up this all game. Sorry, this. I'm not sure I'm even meant to try and jam this Teferi just yet. I think I just pass. Like Snapcaster Bolt me is not going to win a race. I don't think. Puts me to 10. I've got a 3-turn clock, so. Huh. Next turn they can attack me for 6. Maybe they can race this all of a sudden. Yikes. Okay, well. I think I have to play a Teferi now. I'm going to play a Teferi. Oh, yikes. Am I on blocks now? I guess so. Let's go Spirit. Teferi. Bounce that caster, draw card. Pass, just block. And if they play a land and activate this, it's not great news. That's what they're doing. No. Batterskull, okay. Well, I can't deal with that with any sort of ease. Now I can. Okay, I'm going to go white, blue, Stoneforge. Grab Lightning Greaves. Play Lightning Greaves. Equip. Activate. Play Kaldra. Do I swing? I don't think I do. Right, I'm going to do that. I think that was a bit rash. But they can't attack with the germ. So I could potentially bounce the germ and swing for 10. I think I'm going to have to. In fact, I might have lethal here. Oh, they're attacking the Teferi. Okay, well that leaves them counter spell mana up. If I go... White, white, green, Skyclave this. I don't like it. I want the Teferi to resolve, but if they have counterspell, it doesn't. Okay, I think that's lethal then. I'm going to just jam it because they're tapped out. Well, they're not tapped out, but they've got Teferi locked. Should move the Lightning Greaves. It's worth 2 extra damage, but we have Exacties. That's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet plan B. Kind of eyeing up these against the Bolt deck. I think maybe I could drop... I did name Spirit, yeah. Core Spirit. Oh, I should name Core. I have 2 cores. Yeah, good shout. I really should do that. Do I drop another bird for endurance? Bird for... I might add Portable Hole. Deal with Batterskull token. I assume they have a Stoneforge deck if they have Batterskull. So if there's a Stoneforge deck, I might want On Thin Ice as well. Maybe cut a Burrenton Forge-Tender. I'm slowing myself down a touch here, which might not be the best idea. But we'll give it a go. Yeah, I mean, I'm keeping it, aren't I? I'm pretty bad against Teferi. Go. they're playing Stoneforge, aren't they? So the question is, it's quite simple, isn't it? I think I take 5 from the Kaldra and then portable hole it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to just play out this. Yeah. My concern is if I play portable hole and then they play Teferi and bounce portable hole, they get a free Stoneforge trigger. So I'm going to just play this, then portable hole the Kaldra, and then try to resolve a tracker. A tracker resolving would do a lot of work because we've got this Burrenton Forge-Tender to protect it from the bolt half of their deck. Whew. Well, oh my goodness, do not have a spell pierce. Thank God. That'd have been a huge punt. We would have just lost the game right there. So if they, I should have tapped this obviously, and then I would have had Veil of Summer up. I should have just played this out as well. Like, there's just so many things I should do there to stop myself from dying to spell pierce. Or it's just spell pierce. No Teferi, please. I think if we draw land here, we can do some pretty crazy stuff. Like, so if they don't have Teferi, which if they did, I think they'd just slammed it by now. So if they don't have Teferi, and then I go, if I draw land, I can try and play this Teferi, and then if it doesn't stick, I can Veil of Summer, and then I might be able to play tracker behind it as well. Okay, wow, well that's pretty good. I think I'm just meant to name human and just play it. Just hold. Maybe not. I'm not even sure this Teferi's that hot. I mean, I want a clue when I do this. This is quite awkward. Okay, I'm going to name... Pretty sure I'm meant to name human. Have I got other humans? Or scouts? Any more... It doesn't matter, it's not countable anyway. Let's just go human. And then I'm just going to play Teferi. And tick it up. And pass. And now if I draw a fetch, I can play tracker, get 2 clues, draw a couple of cards, and then the cultivator can follow in a little bit. Ah. Okay. That's a nice line. So, puts me in an awkward spot. They flash in this Kaldra, you know, like put it in with the Stoneforge and swing it to Teferi. I probably meant to soak up one of the damage with the Burrenton Forge. And then try and fight the good fight from there. You know, I'm essentially saying I want to draw. Where's it going? This is the This is a big decision point. Keeping the Teferi on the board is a big deal. But I have Veil of Summer. It's going to die next turn anyway. Choices. I don't know. Could someone help in chat? Am I meant to jump here to keep the Teferi in play just one turn? I think I'm not when I have Veil of Summer in hand, but I'm not sure. My best draw here is a land. By quite a significant margin. What can that get? Not a lot. Alpine Ice hasn't got a Snowland to equip to. Get Tameshi. I hadn't thought of that. And I should have, because it's a Tameshi deck. But if we go like this, and then add green, I could go get Tameshi. And then if they play Counterspell, I play Veil of Summer. And then and then the Veil of Summer has to draw a land for me to win the game. So that is what we do. That's what we go for. Because we still have... Ah, wow. Unreal. I could get a new Teferi now that this has happened. Bounce the token. That's crazy that we drew Tameshi. We're going to get a new Teferi, and I'm going to bounce the token. And I'm not going to play the land. And I'm going to chump here if given the choice. Yeah. So this way, if Teferi dies, I can play Tracker and play land. If Teferi lives, I can play Tameshi and win the game. I think this will win us the game. Shame we didn't draw the land. If we drew these the other way around, we would have just won. Pretty strong though. This is looking pretty good. Bounce this attack here. I think I meant to sack it to prevent. No, I'm not. Nah, let that happen. So they play land, so they can have counter spell. So then I just go Tracker. I play the Burrenton first. Play the Burrenton. Play the Tracker that's uncounterable. Play a land, draw a card. Well, make a clue. Pass the turn. I just... Whoops. Big whoops. I mean, what I was going to say is we're just trying to put them in a position where they've got too many things to answer. Crap. So this gets a batter skull, probably. Yikes. Okay. Let's play. Big yikes. I really wanted this in play. I think I'm just jamming the Tameshi into the open mana, unfortunately. They have 2 unknowns and a Batterskull. They're going to have a decent clock here, though. And we're just going to have to play this Eladamri's Call and fish up another Tameshi, but we have to do it at sorcery speed, which is annoying. Oh, okay, that's not as bad. Because the Batterskull's not coming down. Yeah. We just grabbed Tameshi. At this stage, they have Batterskull +1, and obviously they join a card, so +2. So we just have to jam repeatedly and hope that it's good. I'm down to 9. Wouldn't mind drawing a land, I don't think. This gives me the option to play around a Mystical Dispute if they have it. We haven't seen it all match, but doesn't mean they can't be running it somewhere. Okay. They have 1 unknown. It's Snapcaster. Yikes. I'm going to try and draw an Endurance. It's a one-off. Nope, but not bad. Wait a sec. Shit, I think we're dead. Oh no. Oh no. 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Well, let's say I bounce that 2, 3, 4, 8. Ah. I thought we'd navigated this really well. We have not. They can bounce here. I don't particularly want to draw Kaldra Compleat, so let's bin it. Yeah, I'm just dead, aren't I? They flash this in and bounce with Teferi. They've actually played this really well, so... Obviously, if I had the choice to block, I would. Killing the LGG. They deserve it. I thought we were going to win that game, honestly. I misplayed on the first bolt. He said sick deck and great game. He's correct. It was cool. But I think probably firing off that for trying to join Jones there was kind of insane. Also, the Burrenton Forge-Tender should have protected the tracker. I think there's 2 misplays, which ended up costing me. 2 fairly big misplays. If I don't try and draw a card off the Endurance, I'd have been able to play this Thrun, which would only chump block, but put me... I would still be alive. Then I would draw this. So yeah, I'd be alive. That's about as good as it gets. But you know, an extra turn's an extra draw. There's always a chance. There's always a chance. Feels pretty good. I mean, like, I think we had a really good chance of winning that third game for a start. And I won the second game just completely fairly. Didn't even try and combo. This game I obviously did try to combo, but if you remember, they had Bolt, Snap, Bolt when they had 2 cards left. So I think slightly unlucky is how I would phrase that. Hallowed Fountain keeps getting in the way. I'm not a big fan of it with this Triland in the deck. I think I might cut this and add I don't know. You could pretty much add anything. Maybe the Triland back in. And it feels like it should be a green source anyway. And I already have all the right fetches for the green. I already have those 3. Sorry, shocks. Right. Well, we're very likely against Yawgmoth, so see if we can beat him fairly. And if not, we have Wargate Tameshi, so that's good. Strangleroot, Young Wolf. That's dangerous. Because it's not far off lethal, is it? Okay, well, I've got to go get a green land, so that's that one. Put that into place. Look for 5. If they have Yawgmoth, they can draw their entire deck. Achiever does it. 2 of each basic. That's quite a few. So they could draw lots, but I don't think they can actually kill me here. It costs them a life. They kill a bird. I don't actually kill them without drawing a land here. So they hit me for 4, put me to 8. And then they can like sack this, shrink this, so this. So yeah, they have all the draw they need, but nothing else. Land. Pretty good. Blue, green, white. Surprise. They're going to have to sack the majority of their board so that the Tameshi dies. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good share. We have lethal if they don't kill our stuff. But I'm sure they will. Oh. This is what makes the Yawgmoth matchup stink. Is that Yawgmoth could kill the thing that I need. And if they're clever about it, yeah, they're doing it now. At this point, I'm not loving life. They need to sack 2 more creatures so they can sack the Hierarch and... Oh, they haven't bothered. Yeah, I think they have this... I think they have got this wrong, slightly. But I think we're still very likely dead. I suppose it's not necessarily true, actually. I could play this Teferi off the Lotus Bloom. And I could bounce this Yawgmoth. They should have sacked this and shrunk one of their creatures so that it would then undie, but they didn't. So now they probably should sack Young Wolf, shrink this, and then sack this, shrink this. But they haven't. So they lose some card draw. And then we play Teferi. Bounce this. hoping that they've missed... I think they were on the play. No. Play this. It's just a blocker, I guess. Also filters the deck from bad cards. Swing for 6. Put them to 4. And now Yawgmoth is a lot less scary. A lot less scary. But like this is us. We are committed to this plan. We don't really have anything else at this point. You know, Tameshi's gone, Bloom's gone. We have a bunch of tap lands, low on life. Like they don't. Oh, they do have 2 black. Evo. Oh, endurance. That's kind of bad. Because this isn't going to get through. Yeah, this is bad. Not sure that really helps. Like I say, we're kind of committed to what we've got here. There's not a lot else we can do. This swings, a double block that trades. I guess I swing out. Like if they go block, 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 take 1. I guess that's annoying. I could Boseiju the black source. Bad if they have another one, obviously. Oh wow, they didn't actually double block. Okay. Am I bothered about Yawgmoth right now? We can only activate it twice. I think I just pass. I could technically call for something and then flashing. They did have another black source, but we went to know that. But yeah. That's results-orientated thinking. But they'd not missed land drops so far, so that's what made me think maybe they're sort of flooded slightly. Plus, they've had quite a few Yawgmoth triggers. Right. What can we haste up? Yeah, we could get like just a Goblin Engineer, put a Lotus Bloom in the bin, play like Lightning Greaves, equip it, swing with 4 dudes. One gets through for 1, this gets through for another 1 minimum. These 2 block. I think it's kind of good. Oh shit, I didn't play Eladamri's call. Ah, too busy yakking. That's annoying. This is rather annoying. I think we would have had a decent line there otherwise. That's really annoying. That's not enough. That is. They're not killing it, so that's a good thing. I guess there's a world where they can kill us from here. Let's just go beast. And let's just play Lightning Greaves. I'm really annoyed I misplayed this. Really annoyed. What kills us here though? It's like Blood Artist plus 2 Undying Creatures. Maybe Geralt's Messenger plus Strangleroot Geist would do it. But even then, I'm not sure. Young Wolf plus Messenger, probably not. Gauss Messenger would cost them a life to play, put them to 2, put me to 4. And then... So they grist. Skyclave is the card to fetch here. I can Skyclave this out of the way and then give it haste and swing with like 4 creatures. So I think they're dead. I think. They did misplay. They should have had extra cards in hand, I think, when they were doing this, when they killed my Tameshi. I guess that's super dead because I have Teferi as well that bounces this, so they don't have any outs. Yeah. I'm sure they can't win from here. They have a steals damage. Yeah, there you go. Right. I want On Thin Ice and Veil of Summer. And probably Tracker. I'm gonna cut the Cavern, at least 1 Teferi. Probably just 2 Teferis. Jones, maybe. It's not great. It's just fine. It just makes them need an extra undying creature, so it's not amazing. But I don't think Teferi's that hot either. It does bounce Yawgmoth, mostly. Cathal, hello. It's been a while. How you doing? Who's feeling frisky? Ah, nice. Sweet. I don't fancy a 0 land keep. There's 2 issues with this. If I draw green source on turn 1, the hand's pretty good. If they have Thoughtseize on turn 1, the hand's pretty bad. It's very good news. I hope the deck looks after you. Screw it. This is mostly for the content. No. It's all gone wrong already. So just take the Veil of Summer. I know I shouldn't keep this, but... You know, like... Technically... It's a turn 4 Kaldra, and you'll have to draw 1 land for that to happen. It's almost a turn 4 kill without having to draw too much. I think they took the bird. Okay. So now I don't want to see Necromancer, but... Well, I do just want to draw lands. Obviously, I'd prefer green source, but... Yeah, Tameshi has a lot of text. Basically says, pay 1, return a land, get your Lotus Bloom back in this deck. Green source. Oh, mama. Join well. I'd be furious if I was the opponent at this stage. If John want to run a lands. Yeah, I'm very close to just being able to run out of Tameshi. If it dies, run out another one. And if that dies, play a Kaldra Compleat. Whoops. Right, go. Well, we know what we want to do. And try and... They've got, what is the opponent doing? They've got nothing going on whatsoever. I assume this is endurance. Fairly tempted to just ignore. Love it. What have you got, opponent? What have you got? Yikes. Big yikes. Love it. Well played. Okay. I'm going to play Tameshi. They're down to 2 cards. I can't veil that at all. They play in Jones. And now I'm only a couple of turns away from going off again. Sack of Response does nothing. Because I can't use the mana because it's in my upkeep. They can hit for 3. I mean, this feels like they could have Fatal Push, but I'm not going to take this damage further. Yeah, I can see Silence. I mean, JS 2062 is a big fan of Silence as well. Right. Pass a turn. The reason I block the Young Wolf is because I can still block it this turn. No other reason. Wall is fine. Is there a follow-up? No. There we go. Right. Yeah, it was a 2 for 2. Okay, I've got to go get the Triland now, just so I have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. They can card for Jones if they need to. Spoiler alert. They kind of need to. Right, this looks pretty safe from here. Should have him dead. It's not the easiest kill in the world because you've got to get through all these. You've got to punch through all these creatures that can block. But I think we just beat Yawgmoth. No, it's not Ice Fang. I'm using Stoneforge Mystic as my weird spice, for use of a better word. Right, Otawara is another cultivator, so that's good. Suspend this, do this. Oh, no, that's just like a leftovers from... Oh, I've got on Thin Ice on the sideboard, that's why. Because it's a Wargate target. So nothing too crafty there, but... I think what I want to do here is Wargate my cultivator, because bouncing it just takes power off the board, and that becomes an issue later, as you will find out, and you will see. Anyhow, I'm gonna Stoneforge first. Go get Lightning Greaves. That's one less bad card to draw. Then we'll go get Cultivator. No, there's no finales. I'm using Lightning Greaves and Kaldra Compleat to haste my Cultivators to try and kill my opponent. Which is as ugly as it sounds, to be honest. But the opponent is sort of making us show, which is kind of a good thing, in all honesty. It kind of works. Like, so right now, I can play Lightning Greaves, equip Stoneforge, activate Stoneforge, put in Kaldra Compleat. So that was a nice little discount for me. That cost me 3 mana instead of 7, and then I can move that over there. But then I need 7 mana. But every time I want more mana, my cultivators shrink. So it is kind of ugly. But anyway, I can move that across there now, and then to try and help me finish the game, I can on thin ice, take the wall out of the way, and I'm in for quite a chunk of damage. Can pick up a land, play a Skyclave, and eat the other blocker, that guy. And this is like 32 damage. But there's situations where it feels a bit risky. Like if the first cultivator dies, your last cultivator starts digging you quite low. And you need to get those lands in play, but they force you to draw a card, and if you start running out of library, it's kind of hairy. Especially if you don't have the endurance to tuck things back in. But no, in general, most decks are not going to be double cultivator with Lightning Greaves and Kaldra Compleat. So the list is, but what I was looking for, and the reason that I've ended up here, is that I wanted a 2-drop or a 1-drop that could feasibly win the game without any help. And at the same time, people were saying that Finale is a little bit weak, and I kind of understand it. There's definitely spots where Finale is really good, and it is a win con, but it is the worst tutor in the deck. You know, Eladamri's Call and Wargate are better tutors, so I get why that's the cut. But with this little package here, you get to cut Finale if that's something you're interested in, and you get yeah, and I think JS2062 Jason said the same. He's just going to run a Finale with the Stoneforge package. It makes the kill easier, but outside of that, okay, 4 colour money. I think I'm going to, well, we assume 4 colour money. You always assume that first. I'm going to keep this. Took the Cultivator. I'm really not a fan of Witness because it runs into the same hate that we face anyway. Ooh. Yeah, okay, let's play Portal Hole. E-Wit just runs into all the graveyard hate that most decks seem to run anyway. Okay. Kind of awkward, but not really. I think I have to run out Stoneforge because they could be a... What's it deck? The Onion Arbiter deck. So I'd rather get the Stoneforge down. And then if they want to try and destroy the Stoneforge, like, that's not a terrible outcome. I just want to draw a land. If I draw a land, I could chuck a Teferi into play, bounce this, for example. We're sort of on a little tempo plan. Why are we assuming focal money first? Why don't we assume Tyson's... Oh no, they revealed Jorion, that's why. Sorry, I wasn't very clear with that. Do you know what? I'm going to Teferi bounce this as a saga. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe I should have played Kaldra, but I don't know. The Teferi's going to die, but I've just gained some tempo. They've dropped a land. Yeah. I gained tempo. That's all. So they revealed Yorion, the companion. So that's why I assumed folklore money. Yeah, it does. It feels a little loose. I was going for tempo. Get an extra token, but I think I'm going to kill them before that token matters. Whereas the needle could matter, or whatever they get off Saga could matter. But this Lotus Bloom's going to come off before this Saga gets to 3. Go on, land. Eee. Okay, right. I mean, we know they don't have anything. I guess I protect the token. I don't know. Yeah, let's protect the token. It was kind of loose, but because I drew the land as well, it became mana efficient. So they're going to ephemerate. No, Charming Prince. Charming Prince. So that gets them to draw a card. They still take damage. I'm not really clued up on what this mono white flicker deck's doing. I think so, but it's sort of irrelevant. I'm tapped out. They drew a card off a Charming Prince, so it doesn't really make a difference. They probably would take this line anyway. They can't flicker Wisp with token because of the Lightning Greaves. So they have to flicker the Lightning Greaves and then do the ephemerate flicker Wisp. Or they Aether Veil. But they're going to be reusing surely to kill this. This should give us lethal though. Like, I'm going to put the Lightning Greaves on here to start, force them to interact, and then try to Wargate. Oh, I don't need to Wargate now. I can Eladamri's Call. Right, so this is forced some interaction. They really just need ephemerate, or they can't deal with what I'm doing. Can't deal with what I'm doing, so I start with Eladamri's Call. Let's get Tameshi. Ha! By the way, that's too soon to scoop. They don't know if I have a payoff or not. Well, never, but, we do. But yeah, that's sweet. Oh, I've already begun sideboarding. Leave me alone. Oh, I did not click submit. Don't be ridiculous. Okay, I want 2 of them, and I want to cut Cavern of Souls. And a bird, I think. No, a bloom. I don't think I want anything else because I'm on a white flicker. You could use Alpine Moon. Nope. I had a message flicker up. You probably didn't see it behind my video that said deck has been submitted, and it wasn't. I didn't click submit, so then that forced me to click submit with like the nearest thing to a playable list as possible, just in case they were going quickly. This is the bad thing about running this Stoneforge package, but hopefully you can see already that it's actually been pretty good. I think I punted the first match, and outside of that, I've had really positive games with the Stoneforge. So let's go Temple Garden. They very likely have Ghost Quarter, or Field of Ruin, or both, or Leonin Arbiter, all these kind of chicks. So basics are pretty useful at that point. I can possibly turn 2 Teferi. There's a Saga. Thalia would be annoying. Oh, okay. Well, hell, I'll take that. That's a result. Even with Ephemerate, or even just touch, that is a right result. I'm pretty happy that they used 3 cards to kill my bird and made a 3/2. Because I don't think that... Oh, I guess this is going to be a problem for me, though. And that is as well, actually. I think I have to bounce the as a Saga, but... because they're missing land drops, like... obviously, we haven't actually drawn our Teferi, our Tameshi yet either, but the fact that they keep missing land drops means that we might just be able to plough through. Like, what are they? They've got 2 options. They either play a spell or they leave mana up for Lion Sash, and if they don't leave mana up, I've got a chance of killing them. Ah, that's gross. Yeah, I can't cast this. Can't cast the Lotus Bloom, so this is doing its job. Wow, what a draw that is. I mean, we have to go get our Lotus Bloom. But they do have a bit of a clock here. It's 5 power. Okay. Well, if I use the Lotus Bloom and play this, it means that they can't make a Saga token. I don't know whether that's worth anything or not. Man, I could have got a choice. 3 for 5, 6. 3. I could play Tameshi, play bird. I could just play a Kaldra. Then they'd make 2 Saga tokens. One of the Saga tokens would be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd be dead. I'm dead if I play Kaldra, so that's not the line. So the line is just play Tameshi, play bird. As blockers mostly. But force them to crack this so that I can so that they don't make a token. And then we can always use Otawara maybe next turn, potentially. Yeah, so they have to do that. So this is now a 3/3. They can make this a 3/3. It's just mono white, like hate bears basically. So this is all kind of awkward, but we'll play the bird. The bird is chump blocking here. I'm taking 4, going to 1, and then next turn I'm gonna see if I can pull a rabbit out of my arse, basically. I either need to draw a Wargate or a Goblin. But I guess the Saga's going to find a needle. I don't think I can win from here, honestly. Okay, so good lanterns. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. Skyclave or something. Yeah, that's enough. Well, it's not, but it is. But it's not. But the bird's dead. I'm not winning from here. Let's get out. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't think that's changed my mind on too many things. Maybe I want that. Maybe I want a Kataki. Yeah, let's try a Kataki. Maybe. Kataki's a lot worse when you play your own Kaldras, but... Lion Sash, there's enough. There's enough just to make that awkward. Aether Veil, like, there's enough. I'm probably never tutoring it up with Eladamri's Call, but if I naturally draw it in the first few turns, I think it's good enough. Turn 1 bird, turn 2 Teferi, I'm a big fan of. Against what they're doing. Like, if they just go turn 1 Aether Veil, like, boom, off it goes. Not sure I care about that. Certainly not right this second, I don't. I think I'm just going to Teferi and uptick. Love me a turn 2 Teferi. So I can bounce the first thing that I care about, and then I can bounce the second thing with the second Teferi, and then I can eat the third thing with the Skyclave, and then I can eat a fourth thing by Otawaraing my Skyclave back to hand. In this magical world that we're living in, where everything just goes swimmingly and they don't interact at all. Right. Again, not a problem right now, but I just want the card draw. So that's gonna be going back to base. And I guess I just pass. It's like a weird tempo style game. Where's that going? Is it going at the Teferi? Yeah, well, that's actually a win. I could play a second Teferi, bounce the Saga. Is that right? Maybe I have to chump block this. Ah. Okay, well... I think we bounce the Saga. Yeah, let's bounce the Saga. It slows them down. Play land. We have a plan. We do have a plan. It involves... Ooh, yikes. I think it involves blocking with the bird and playing Eladamri's Call. Yeah, it does. If I can keep this in play, it turns off... I'm saying all this like I'm going to Otawara bounce the Janith and then I'm going to be able to Tameshi and kill him, but they've got this. So I think... No, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with what I said. I'm going to Skyclave the Soul Guide Lantern. I'm going to hold this up to deal with Janith. But if they take edge of land, then I'm going to have to go fetch a new land to be able to do everything that I want to do. Okay, they're proving to be quite the pain in the ass. Maybe I should have got Tracker. I don't know. So we go Skyclave. I think we eat the Lion Sash now and ignore this. I also think that I maybe meant to hold this land. And if they use Tectonic Edge, I'll play a Temple Garden. And I think I'm just playing Cultivator Colossus without trying to combo. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. It means they have to play Janith plus. So yeah, I'm gonna end up having to play this because I'm gonna have to have Otawara mana up and Lotus Bloom mana. So they eat my Skyclave. They get a 2/2. They swing and kill my Teferi. That's fairly good. That I don't care about now. This is quite tricky. Yeah, I'm going to have to play this Temple Garden though. Which is one less draw, which is unfortunate. It's not a bad draw. I think I'm going to go get... What am I going to go get? Kaldra? Or Lightning Greaves? I can play Lightning Greaves. So this score got a bit ugly. I'm going to get Kaldra because actually I need to play this so that I can Otawara bounce and get my Lotus Bloom for free. But then this, if I bounce with this and tap out, then I lose my Cultivator doesn't draw me any cards. So this plan that I had was never that good. So now they play Janith, which turns this off. I Otawara bounce the Janith. It turns this back on. And then when I go for it, they'll just Soul Guide Lantern. Ooh, not too bothered about that one. Take 4. We'll get our Lotus Bloom. It's just how do we deal with this? That's the issue. I was going to say I don't hate drawing a land here. I've drawn a land and now I don't know what I'm meant to do with it. Am I meant to hold it for next turn for the Cultivator? Am I meant to use it to play a Kaldra? I think I meant to use it for a Kaldra. I think I'm the control deck. I think I'm meant to defend. This Saga token is going to be fairly big. It's going to be a 4/5. Oh, I need to flash this in now because they could need all this Stoneforge. So that's annoying. obviously now this opens us up to needle naming Tameshi. But also just like any flicker wisps and stuff. Feels like we're going to lose this game if I'm honest. Niwa, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, so they've now got a 5-5 construct, but my germ is also a 5-5 with first strike. So this blocks everything. So it means they need to have something that flickers this, which I don't think exists for 2. Alright. Yeah, I guess I'm just not playing Tameshi. I think that's the lesson. And then as soon as they find an answer, they've got super lethal. Okay. I don't really know what that does. What does that achieve? This is why I wish I had Deputy Detention. I could just eat these. Just gobble them up. I could get Kataki. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts. Yeah, I'm going to get to Kataki. I don't mind paying 2 to keep my really good artifacts around. I feel like I've made a few rash decisions during this game. They probably crack one of these to draw a card. This is just Dranith, I guess. We've got 2 cards in hand and we know one of them, so I'm going to assume they're playing one of them. Right, here you go. 7 upkeeps. They have to keep a lantern, minimum 1. I'm pretty happy if the constructs die. Oh, they got 6 artifacts, haven't they? Not 7. One of these is an Aether Veil trigger. Should this be stays? Construct. Stays. Construct number 2. Stays. Aether Veil. Should stay, right? Like... It's probably worth the mana. Because it gives you it back. I would have thought that was worth keeping around. And so God Lantern number 2. Draw a card. No, pay for it. Okay. I think they're playing a little scared, if I'm honest. It seems... You know, if they have no more lands in hand, I guess that's still got a lot of text on it. But I get to draw a couple of cards here. So I'm going to pay my 2. Yes, I would like to pay. Yes, I would like to pay. That's an interesting draw. Doesn't kill too much, but kills tokens. I mean, here I'm just like 100% forcing them to cash in a Soul Guide Lantern, and then with this Otawara, I have this like backup plan should I need it. So I you know, if I was to draw a Wargate or a Goblin Engineer or whatever. Okay. I could play Stoneforge, play the Tri-Land. I could play nothing. I could cycle this. I think I'm going to go... I think I'm just going to put bodies on the board. They still have 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts to pay for. I guess they're working on the principle that they go long better than us, but I'm not sure if that's true. I mean, we'll find out. Can't attack. can't attack at this point. They have far more artifacts to get through. We're pretty close to hardcasting a cultivator, so they're just going to keep all 4 of their artifacts. So what could win me the game here? Goblin Engineer specifically, or Wargate, I guess. Wargate or Goblin Engineer can win me the game. So we have a decent amount of outs. Oh no, I'd be a mana short, actually, because of this Kataki. But we can set it up, you know, we can end step. If we draw what we need, we'll end step it. That's definitely the wrong land to tap, by the way. Let's just play Lightning Greaves. Equip it to Tameshi. Play the land. Say go. And then I'm fairly tempted. Am I? I was saying this. I don't know if I mean it. Shadow Spear makes no sense because he's not activating it because he hasn't got the mana. I could let Lightning Greaves go, is what I'm thinking, and then I could try and pick it up with the Tameshi as a draw trigger. It's just a mana sink. And what that would do... Oh, I think they let a construct die there. Yeah, they wanted their mana back. So they go for Stoneforge. Okay, that probably means Kaldra. I don't really have a clean answer to that. I mean, I do, but... Yeah, there's Kaldra. The Kaldra's just going to look at each other for a bit, though. I think I'm gonna force this to crack. I think that's what I want to do. I think I'm just going to let the Lightning Greaves go, force them to crack, and then it gets me through. Fantastic draw. So we get back Lightning Greaves to draw a card. Bounce. And we have this this option now to Otawara bounce this. If they'd let this happen, we'll just pass with Otawara mana up. And if they don't let it happen, they let it happen. That's good. So we go Lightning Greaves on the Tameshi. Land. Portable hold the Stoneforge. Try and let this rot. And then we can Otawara the Soul Guide Lantern on a step. And then we can Wargate and try and kill them. But you're not far off being able to attack with this Kaldra token right now, but we won't just yet. I'm also not too far off just blocking with this Kataki, because they're paying for less and less stuff, essentially. They're paying for less and less stuff, and now I have 3 things that I potentially want to pay for. So yeah, I would jump with this if given the choice. Flick Skyclave. So Skyclave can't hit this, can't hit this, can't hit this. They're taking the Kataki. Okay, deal. I think you've lost. Oh, that's legendary. I could have made my Otawara a bit cheaper. It would have been wrong, but yeah. Anyway, this should be a win from here, pretty comfortably. probably... Though they are on 20 life, and I've got to try and fight my way through with just Kaldra. Oh, I draw a card. Lovely. Just great. X is 0, Lotus Bloom. Oh. You come over here somewhere, like there. Flex. I felt pretty good. Kataki was really good there, actually. But the Stoneforges are working, man. Like, I punted this third game, and I think I should have won. This one, Stoneforge was really good, and this one was Stoneforge was really good. It doesn't really make sense. It shouldn't really work, but it does feel like it is working. But yeah, Death and Taxes. I mean, that's a good matchup for what we're doing, isn't it? And this guy was playing... I don't remember. Doesn't want to show me. Oh, yes it does. This guy was playing Yawgmoth. And with all due respect, wasn't playing it particularly well. Oh, that just booted me out, didn't it? Whoops. And this guy was playing Jeskai control, but with like bolts at Snapcasters, so they had Stoneforges as well. They had a bit of a clock behind them. And I'm fairly sure I misplayed in the third game. 2 pretty big misplays, but whether I would have won had I played correctly, I'm not 100% sure, but I certainly had a chance. And they drew well. They had 2 unknown cards in hand as I went to combo, and those 2 cards were Bolt and Snapcaster. And I had Burrenton Forge-Tender and a Tameshi. So I had a chance, but they just had the 2 correct cards. It's a keep. I'm not excited about it. This is always the problem card to have in your opener. But is it, you know, and it isn't good. Don't get me wrong, this isn't good in your opener. But is it that much worse than Finale? I'm not sure. Ooh, okay. Well, I hope they bolt themselves, because I don't really want to see Ragavan or Thoughtseize. They didn't do that. Stoneforge would be great. It's got text, I suppose. I mean, the idea here is at turn 3 we play one, probably this, and then turn 4 we... Wait a sec, what's my basic that I want? I want basic planes, but... So yeah, let's do that. So yeah, turn 3 play this on the Ragavan, turn 4 try and play Wargate plus Tameshi. There's Temple Garden, bye. Then in 6. It's kind of a sign that they didn't play a land first. They use their treasure token, so that suggests that they have no more lands in hand, which I think means I meant to Skyclave the run in 6 and force them to use try and use removal on the Ragavan, on the Skyclave, so that the Ragavan connects. And if they spend mana and cards dealing with the Skyclave, there's a really good chance that the Tameshi sticks, or more of a chance. Not a good chance, but more of a chance. I find this weird. What's green? Boseiju. Okay. Blue-white, I guess, then. So I now need to draw a land. But that does... maybe it contradicts what I thought. Maybe they do have another land. No, maybe not. I'm going to be blocking anyway. I'd rather they had a vanilla 2-2 than a Ragavan. My deck's not particularly good against Ragavan. It's not bad, like, you could just ignore the card and kill them sometimes, but it doesn't remove the Ragavan very easily. I'd be pretty happy to see them just play another copy of Ragavan. Okay, that's also not bad. I just need to draw land and we should be good. Okay. Okay, well, I've misread the situation slightly. What does Boseiju say? It says legendary creatures, doesn't it? So they can't use it? Yeah. What on earth are they trying to play? Boseiju costs 2. I think they were trying to play Boseiju. These creatures only. Well, we missed anyway, so they live to tell the tale. We're going to try and draw a card and get rid of this. Get rid of this. They probably just ping it. But we wanted to draw a card and protect ourselves a touch, so... We're pretty good against... we're not particularly good against anything at this stage. You know, Thoughtseize tags the Wargate. That's a problem. Voidwalker's a problem because that Skyclave's gone. So we only have Portable Hole that deals with that card. I think the line here is... No, that's not right. I was going to say Wargate. I mean, I can Wargate for Portable Hole and deal with this. I can call for Stoneforge. I think that's what I'm going to go for. Can I raise this? I don't have the Lotus Bloom, so without the Lotus Bloom it's really hard. It's just really hard. Without the Lotus Bloom it's really hard to use this Wargate on for the Portable Hole. So I use the Wargate on the Portable Hole for this, then what? I'm still stuck. But at least if I can get this Kaldra into play, kill this Ren in 6, and then Wargate to get rid of this, might mean that I win a race. I'm not sure. They still have 5 cards in hand, and one of them is Boseiju. That's all we really know at this stage. My Stomping Ground's gone. It's at the end of the world. Turns off Goblin Engineer, but that wasn't exactly live anyway. Okay, well now... Now I'm in a weird situation. I'm going to play this. I'm going to equip this, see if they respond. I wanted them to respond. Yes, I would like my basic island. And now I would like to make my Kaldra. And then I would like to smack the Ren in 6. And next turn I would like to Wargate the Portable Hole and get rid of this Douthie and see where we are. They must have some more lands in hand. They've been... Oh, I guess not. No, they haven't been playing lands. They've just been using Boseiju. I'm not sure if them attack is a good thing or not. It means they're not using Eladamri's call, which is good. But then Eladamri's Coldplay isn't getting anything better than Voidwalker at this stage. Anyway. Stoneforge Mystic is now a dead card because Greaves has gone. It's a very weird Jund. It's like a, you know, low to the ground version. I don't think they're running stuff like Bloodbraid Elf and Liliana. I think they're just playing all the 1s and 2s that are really good. Like this. We're 2 turns away. Yeah, we could actually get there. I think I just don't attack. Eat that. Pass the turn. So now they need to answer 2 creatures to get this to connect. I think I'm out of fetchables. Yeah, I've got 1 basic forest left because this Boseiju. Okay, command maybe. Until your next says that you may play those cards. 3 lands. Okay, perfect. So they play a land. Okay. What's the rest of the text? Let's target place graveyard. The front half would have killed a Stoneforge. Or maybe they want the front. Ah, sugar. Oh, I should have cracked. I can't kill through this. This card. This card stops me using Lotus Bloom, which was realistically my only way to win this game. I don't think I have anything left in the deck that deals with that. Teferi, I guess. I should have cracked this in response as well. That was a mistake. It's going to deal me damage. Kind of have to do it though for the Teferi. I don't know. Mod! Hello! Maybe... soon. I'm ready for Vivian. I'm ready for Vivian. Maybe I should have gone for Teferi. I don't know. This is kind of an impossible situation, really. I'm going to get Lotus Bloom. Screw it, I'll take a damage. How much damage can I take here? I know they have 2 more damage stocked up. So I'm down to 2. So if I use this twice, I'm dead. Oh dear. 'Tis not good. How do we beat Mayhem? We do not. We do not beat Mayhem. We hope to draw Teferi or Skyclave, but the Skyclave's already gone. So the real answer is sit tight. I'm down to 1. I can't use Lotus Bloom. I'm dead. Yikes. Bring in these, cut these, bring in this. Bring in this, maybe bring in this. Probably bring in this. I don't know. I'm going to cut a Cavern of Souls and a Wargate. Whoops. Oh, okay. Good to know. You bring in the endurance. Cut a Tameshi in a call. A Teferi in a call. I could see an argument for cutting a Cultivator, actually. Just on the basis that it's quite hard to actually kill them with a combo. Yeah, let's try this. I mean, my initial Vivian list was... we'll jump on it in a sec. Yeah, screw it. Let's keep this hand that is pretty bad against Thoughtseize, but pretty good against everything else. I'm going to fetch Shock because... Why? I'm going to fetch Shock because they had loads of Boseiju triggers last game. I don't want to run out of basics. I mean, I started with this Vivian Bring to Light list, but I'm not sure Vivian actually does anything other than make the deck look cool. Yeah, I kind of want to keep my Stoneforge, please. What's the odds of that? But I think this is the Neo form list I would run. Wrong Vivians. Vivian on the hunt. Certainly is. She is. Ah. Okay. Well, that's going to go get Stomping Ground probably. Don't attack with your Burrenton Forge-Tenders. It is not a good idea. They generally just die. Yeah, they generally can flash in a Raugrin, and that's bad. Ooh. New card. Shiny new card. I'm not playing any shiny new cards. It's just a shame. I should have been Stomping Ground. I've only got one red card, so hopefully don't draw it. I'm going to go as fair. I have the Burrenton Forge-Tender, so that's a good start. I can attack now because I could block with Stoneforge and protect the Raugrin damage if I had to. If they were dashing Raugrin, I'd be fairly happy with that situation. In all honesty, if they have removal for Jund token set that wins with an infinite combat, start working it to our Jund tokens. What's the infinite combo? Right, so that probably has to kill Stoneforge, right? I know it can't. There's no creatures. Okay. Well, I can Kaldra smack that, but I can also go off if I draw land. Cool. Let's give it a go. This is really bad against specifically endurance, but not here not to have a go. What's really good about this is if it goes wrong, e.g. like this where I don't draw a threat, I just chuck in this this Kaldra and be done with it. Well, this is a pretty good spot. Pitiless Plunder and Jenny Faye. I have no idea what those cards are. Well, that's weird to me that they would chump. They've forgotten that it has trample. Right. Pitiless Plunder. Does this. 4 mana. Whenever a creature you control dies, create a treasure. Okay. Jenny. Okay. I can't find the card that you're meaning. Is it any of these? Doesn't look like it. Right, Spyro's fine. I'm going to let that happen, obviously. We could flash in endurance, but we're not going to. They have Croxer running 6. Okay, they scoop. Okay. What would we have drawn? A Tameshi is not a good draw, and then we would have got another draw, which is also not a good draw. But anyway. Kaldra Compleat, smacking. Yeah, you're going to have to try again. I have no idea what the card is, so I can't try and spell it right. Apparently there's tons of combos with the Plunderer. Okay. not sure this is good enough, actually. I'm going to mull. I'm going to keep that. That's really good. Between land and call, I think I'm going to get rid of the call. I know Veil's less good here. Jenny, Faye, Jetmere. Come on. Right. Oh. If you create one or more tokens, you may instead create that many 2/2 green tokens with haste at that many. Right, so a creature dies. It's a goblin bombardment. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I like it. The cards are okay by themselves as well. Now, let's suspend this. Let's assume they don't have Thoughtseize because they would have played it and not play this Veil of Summer. And then pass. The Tameshi's a great draw. Obviously, we're really bad against Voidwalker. But we have time to find answers to that stuff. So let's see how that goes. Man, leaks take so long when you stream. I don't know how this has been 2 hours. There's the fella that we didn't want to see. It is a really good card, and just like especially good against us. Pobble Hole. Boo. Right. No attacks though, it's probably pretty free. Yeah, Jenny Faye's a decent card. Bombardment's a decent card. Pitiless Plunderer, not so much. It's a 4-mana creature in Modern that needs a few other things in play for it to actually have reasonable text. I will take 3, good sir. There's only so much removal you can run in this deck, and unfortunately if you don't draw it, you're going to get beaten up by Voidwalkers from time to time. Very weird sequencing. I don't... There's not a lot of 1-mana green spells. Yeah, just Tokens is cool. It's kind of like what... That's far off what they're trying to do. Okay. So next turn, if I go to Fairy, bounce, sack this, make this. Yeah, we can win next turn. Potentially. So we just play a tap land, hold up Veil of Summer, pass. Yeah, 2/2s are good. 3/1s with Vigilance are good in other spots. I don't like that it's a 3-mana 3/3. You know, I know the Bolt test is a little bit old, but I mean, Bolt still exists in big numbers. But it's okay. You need something that makes tokens like, you know, maybe just like a food deck would be better than a creature token deck, but then Goblin Bombardment gets a bit weaker. Yikes. Too many things that I care about. I know, that's not true. I can... Oh, okay. Right, that's... Got the alarm bells ringing a little bit. Have they just misplayed? They didn't use Ren and 6 either. I think we start by playing Teferi. Let's see you soon, Jason. Enjoy the practice. Let's get rid of that. And if that resolves... Yeah, please do. I'm interested. I think Stoneforge is potentially an improvement to the deck, so hopefully it looks after you. So they want a Misty Rainforest, do they? Oh no, they just want to kill that. Okay, that makes me think they might have like endurance or something. Draw a card if opponent has played a black spell. This is quite tricky. I can sack this to prevent all this happening. I guess I just have to play the Tameshi. I could Veil of Summer to prevent all this damage as well. Oh, this was a little bit reckless because... Okay, they're going to have something now, but... Okay, we get the basic planes. We return Lotus Bloom. We pick up the Tri-land. If... Right, we didn't draw a threat, so we just pass. That's okay. And then... They did sack their Voidwalker as well, which isn't irrelevant. But next turn we could try again, and if we draw a threat, we can use Burrenton Forge-Tender to prevent the Mayhem Devil damage. So it really does depend what we draw here. Obviously we have this Veil of Summer. I don't really want to cash in a Lotus Bloom for a Veil of Summer. But might have too much choice. It's not impossible here for them to have a couple of things to sack to kill this. They could have down ticked there, sat there. That would have made it have 2 damage on the stack. Hey, Cretus next. Thanks for the follow. Oh, what is this big, horrible, nasty 4-mana spell? Okay, 1 second, guys. Well, that's fairly good. I guess I sack that, prevent all damage from this. And then I can... So I take 1, prevent all damage from this. That is a red source. And then I can float green. There's no point in me having the mana. That's all prevented. Yeah. There's no point me letting them have mana off the Culling Ritual, essentially. So I've sat to that for that reason. They've added a black mana and I've got Veil of Summer or Tri-land. Ah, wow. That's strong. Okay, well I have to cycle... Oh, 1, 2, 3. Wow. What a turn for the opponent. We're so close to having a bonkers turn ourselves. Jeez. Problem is I have to take 6 here, and they have... I mean, they have 7 damage lined up, so I'm probably going to lose from here, if I'm honest. They have 7, 8 damage, so I'm down to 3. So they're going to have, like, absolutely nada for me to win this game. But, you know... We're going to have a 6/6. Wow. A 4 for 1. That was good. But I am low. There's cards I can draw that remove this and this prevents damage from this and I win. That's not one of them. So it's like we go to 4 here and then this is in play, so I'm down to 1. I mean, I haven't really got a choice, have I? I think I just have to go for it. Okay, well, I mean, that doesn't kill me. But I am down to 1. 2. I'm down to 2. Wow. Next turn we can pretend... Well, no, we can't go off because we need to crack these to actually kill them. And we can't. But we have Pobble Hole for Voidwalker, Burrenton Forge-Tender for the Mayhem Devil. I don't know. I don't know where we are here. I know we're down to 2, which means we can't crack a fetch with that in play. I mean, we can barely crack the Burrenton Forge-Tender. That puts me down to 1. So I'm dead. My Burrenton Forge-Tender would kill me. So now I'm just screwed. They could crack their Voidwalker next turn to kill me. I don't think I have any outs. Becomes more true. Yeah, it's getting more true by the second that I have 0 outs. We tried. We tried. This card is really good against us. Let's eat a Voidwalker. And then let's control... Is there ability to go on the stat first? No. GG. Nice list, opponent. Not bad. I think that's just one of those matchups. Like, we weren't far off. We really weren't that far off beating, like, Colour Ritual, Collective Brutality, Voidwalkers all over the place, Mayhem Devil. It's only like turn 7. They've unearthed. They've done all sorts of tricks in that game, and the one before. We weren't far off beating it. Same with this guy. Like, we really weren't far off winning. I don't know why I've come and looked at the Vivian deck again, but I have. But yeah, I think I'll be having a spin with Vivian at some point. Seems a fun list. I'm a little disappointed that I went 3-2 last time and I'm now 2-2. I think there was a chance I could go 3-2. But that's going to happen sometimes. Let's close all that off. So, last match. I can see the list. Stoneforge. Yeah. I think this works. So yeah, there's a... Is it going to work? But also a visual list for you. So the idea is that if you have a cultivator in play, you could equip Kaldra or Greaves, you know, to 2 cultivators, and that's your win con when you combo. And when you're not comboing, Stoneforge is like a card. Stoneforge plus Kaldra is a combo that they kind of have to beat to be able to. They have to deal. A lot of decks have to deal with the Stoneforge, and if they are, then your Tameshi has more chance of resolving. I was essentially looking for a card that says you must answer me that costs less than Tameshi. So it's quite difficult to find cards that fit that criteria. You know, like Bob is a card that does that, but I'm not playing black mana and I have 3 7-drops. So kind of a hard sell. You know, Pack Rat is kind of answer me or die, but again, we're not in black. Tarmogoyf doesn't give any value as it goes. And we don't particularly have a way for it to punch through. You know, we don't have a ton of removal or what have you. Whereas Kaldra Compleat is very good at punching through. You know, yeah, I mean, it just is. It's got trample, it's got haste, so like it punches through without having too much support. You know, just like a single Teferi bounce can actually generate lethal fairly easily or represent lethal. So it just ticked some boxes, and it just so happened that both these 2 equipment help you actually win the game when you combo, so they're not totally irrelevant. They're not just a total side plan. That is not great news, if I'm honest. I did want my... I would have liked to keep that and play Wargate on 2, but hey-ho. So they know about the Teferi. So let's see what they do. You know, if they just pass with 2 mana up, I'm probably not meant to play this Teferi. I don't know. Maybe they just thought sees it out of the way. Anyway, I'm going to get to Wargate here pretty much. Unless they have Spell Pierce. If they have... Spell Pierce feels possible. Oh wow, a 3rd Wargate. That's a bit nuts. Blue, green, white. Let's go. That's half of the battle. The first half of the battle. Feels like Death Shadow. Like you crack this if you care about your life total at all. Yeah, it's Death Shadow. Oh. I don't even know what that colour combination is. Weirdly, right? So Eladamri's Call is the better way to go find Tameshi. But when you're facing potential Drown in the Lock, Sultai, that's right. I would have called it Bug. When you're facing Drown in the Lock, and very clearly facing Drown in the Lock, you want to draw land so you can Wargate for your Tameshi. Though it will still die. But it will get a trigger. It will resolve. I guess I could go get Teferi, actually. That seems really good here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I've tapped 6 and there's 6 cards in the bin. I didn't pay attention. I should have paid 1 more, got Teferi, bounced this. Instead, I chose Death. That was not an ideal play. I tap 1 more mana there, they can't Drown in the Lock, and then I can Teferi bounce the Death Shadow, and then I lose my 2nd Wargate anyway, but like I just wouldn't be facing a clock. So, yeah, huge mistake. Huge. I think Wargate for Teferi would have been really effective. And the Thoughtseize would have tagged to the Wargate, but it's kind of okay. Jan in the lock. Dress down. Yeah, we're in trouble. We are big time in trouble in this matchup. Jan in the lock is stunning against us. I guess just Goif, generally. But yeah, I'm going to cut a Cultivator and a Wargate. I'm going to cut an Eladamri's Call. Maybe a Cavern of Souls. A couple of birds. Yeah. Prismo, I'm kind of just testing without it at the minute, because mostly because other people suggest that it's not great. You kind of have to have a look. And there's obviously, when people start thinking, oh, let's cut Finale, you kind of have to think, well, they could be wrong, but also they could be right. So testing is the first reason. The second is it is definitely the worst tutor, because you know, Eladamri's Call you could play on 2 and then Tameshi on 3, for example, or Skyclave on 3. Wargate gets your Lotus Bloom, so that one's obviously non-negotiable. Essentially, Finale is good as the game goes longer, but pretty poor in the first, 3 to 4 turns. It doesn't really have a target. So the point people are making is that Finale is clunky, and it is. The flip side is that it actually wins you the game. So, and also, there's definitely situations where you have a Tameshi in play, but you can't find a Lotus Bloom. You draw a Finale, you play it for X2, you get a Goblin Engineer, and all is well, right? And that's something that does and will come up. So it's a good late game enabler. You know, Lotus Bloom in the bin, you can Finale for Tameshi, but Finale for Tameshi and then activate is a 6-mana play. So if you don't have Lotus Bloom, that's actually really hard to achieve. So I just think it's worth exploring other options. I don't necessarily think it's I'm not sure if I should have bodied that in or not, but I didn't. I don't necessarily think it's definitely bad. Like, it's a lot cleaner to kill, and it does find pieces when you get disrupted. It's just bad in the fast matchups. And when I say bad, it's just like less good, I think is the fact of the matter, really. It's just less good. Hand's decent, like, it's going to get ripped apart anyway, so let's get our Lotus Blooms slid to the side, and let's just try and hang on for a bit. But this is a tough matchup. It's just tempo decks are a lot harder than control decks, because they just put you in a tight squeeze. They could play Traverse. I think they're probably playing Traverse the Overworld as well. Oh, it's fairly easy for them to. Do you know what? I think actually I might try Traverse. I mean, I don't put card types in the bin very easily, but creature, artifact, land. I literally can't put 4 in the bin. Oh, instant or sorcery. It just might be better than the 25th land. That kind of suggests they're low on creature removal. So if we go... Oh, well, let's just go basic forest then. And then basic plains. So, I think Traverse might just be better than the 25th land, which is Cavern. So I might try that. You know, it's 1 mana find a land. So it's like... I think it's fairly free to run. And every now and again it's going to go find you a Tameshi. I'll give it a go. I've been meaning to try that for a while. Oh, and I just played a Traverse for Swamp. Okay. That's a bad sign for them, for sure. Blue, green, white. That. Play that. Tick up. Could be wrong. I might... possible that I should be trying to find a free card there. Depends what their removal is. Yeah, should have maybe got the free card, but I think you could also make a strong case for keeping it around for, you know, like them tapping out is positive. Is sugar. Hands not come together, unfortunately. We have time. At the second we do anyway. Yeah, it's a must kill 2 drop that I really wanted to try, and I couldn't find many. They're all in black, and I just can't cast black spells. You know, like Golf. I tried Territorial Cavu, but that messed the mana up a bit too much for my liking. I don't need to deal with that just yet. Ooh. Stoneforge. The problem with this Stoneforge plan is that their creatures are bigger than ours. I think I just play Kaldra. Just hardcast it. There we go. Just a 5/5. We don't know what's left in their hand, but the Bloom being in the bin isn't a big deal. I don't really want the Stoneforge to die. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to trade Germ Token with Goif. Very likely. Yeah, I just am. I mean, unless they want to take the damage, but I find that unlikely. Oh, they do. They do take the damage. Okay. Okay, well, I'll just pass. I can do some tricks. I can certainly Otawara, bounce a Goif. They haven't drawn any blue mana till just now, but it could be too late. Oh, you're right, it's not a trade. Wow, that's a bit good. I maybe should have just moved the Kaldra onto the bird. They're forced to... I gotta keep at least one creature back here. Hard casting Kaldra with the Lotus Bloom. Is that my turn 5 play? Yeah. Turn 5 play Stoneforge for hard cast Kaldra. Win. Okay, well... I don't really see how they win the game from here, if I'm honest. Bounce a Death. If they play 1 Death Shadow, I bounce it. If they play 2, I'm in a bit worse situation. Just pass. Oh wow, not drawn well either. 1, 2, 3. I've only had 3 spells. One was Thoughtseize. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spells all game. Turn 7. So it loses its abilities, but it's still a 5/5. And now they're going to kill it. Now they're going to die. Yes! 4 cards. We had 2 Stoneforges, 1 got Thoughtseized. a Teferi, and a bird. And Kaldra Compleat was... Oh no, and a Lotus Bloom. And a Lotus Bloom. This for something? I don't know what the something should be. I don't think I can fight on the stack. Let's get rid of that. That's kind of sweet. What can we use here? Veil of Summer. It's a bit slow, this hand. I'm going to keep it. The problem is when they got turn 1 Thoughtseize, this Veil of Summer just disappears. Unless they don't care about it. And if they don't care about this, I have a bunch of 3-drops that don't do anything just yet. That's the worry. Kind of looking forward to trying Traverse the Old World. It should be fine. Should be. I'm probably going to share that with the Discord shortly as well. Because I don't really see, you know, when you're like, oh, I don't want 24 or 25 lands. It's a perfect middle ground. Half spell, half land kind of job. I should also just see if I can laugh at my friends about football or not. I don't love that going, but... Okay. Well, Goif is an issue. Death Shadow is an issue. I have to go green-white. I do just want to draw lands so that I can play spells, so yeah. That's not dreadful. You know, I'm going to have to... I'm hanging on for dear life here, really. Like, because if they have any sort of spell at all, like a counter spell here, just puts me so far behind. I think we get double forest at this stage with the endurance in hand. Because we can't really tutor anything up that deals with this big fella. I know it's not that big just yet, but it will get big. Eladamri's Call. I guess we could get Thrun. Thrun is kind of nice here because it is uncounterable. It's not that big though. Forces me to like tap 2 mana all game. Skyclave would have probably been a good pick, but I haven't got the lands for it now. Maybe Stoneforge. Huh. This is really awkward with the lands that I have. Maybe Tracker. Maybe Skyclave and just... God damn. This is really tricky. I don't really know the answer to this. I think you can make an argument for every single card in this list. I honestly do. I kind of want to pick up a green card. I'll go Thrun. I can jam Wargate here and then endurance myself to stop drowning the lock. Or I could just pass and play endurance. And then if that gets countered, untap and play Teferi. Which I don't hate. I think I'm just going to jam Teferi into the open mana. And see what they do. Summon denial. Okay, can't pay it. Move on. Now, as long as they don't have fetches, this isn't a problem, but that is a problem. That's a 5-5. If we draw land though, we can win the game. Potentially. I always should add that word, potentially. Draw land, please. Draw land, please. Draw land, please. It's not a land. So what have they got? They got 6, 7, 8, 9 potentially. I know. Oh, I know what happens here. This is where they have this is where they can have dress down and I would die. Fuck. Okay. The problem is, right, if they have dress down, I'm dead on board. But then if they don't have dress down and I play this endurance, then they get the free pick on the Tameshi. But they're always going to pick the one that they're bothered about, and they're not bothered about. You know, if they're not bothered about this, they just take the Tameshi anyway. And if they are bothered by it, it's better in play, because otherwise I just die. Yeah, so they were bothered about. They don't have dress down, so that's a good sign. I was going to lose the Tameshi either way. The issue is that I lost my Lotus Bloom, but we had a window that game where if we'd have drawn a land, we'd have won. Not to be. Anyway, Lotus Bloom's coming off suspend. I could rip a Tameshi. But if not, this is very close to going on to chump mode. As soon as I draw a fetch land, I'm in a really awkward spot as well. I'm in chump mode. Right, well, we drew a Cultivator, so that does nothing. We just have Tameshis as outs and calls. But we don't even know what's in their hand at this stage. You would think some sort of counter spell. They've not played a land, they've not played more threats, so you have to assume there's some sort of interaction at the other side of the board. This can block the Murktide, but it's not very good. I don't see us winning from here, that's for sure. For sure. Very sad about it. I think this list is actually pretty good. I do not like Murktides. I do not either. I struggled with that French. Did you see the cogs? Okay. It's not the end of the world, actually. I thought it was a good draw. The land's a good draw. Let's smack him with this endurance. No, let's not. Let's not do that. That's potentially suicide. I might just need to block. I think I'm meant to block the Murktide. Oh, yikes. Oh, it puts me to 1. But yikes. I guess I'm drawing a fetch based on that line. which means I can't win. Yeah. Oh well. Dang. GG again. Good games. Makes his Death Shadow huge. We just had one turn window in this game where if we'd have drawn a land, we'd have won. But I actually do think that the record isn't reflective of the deck. Yeah, they had the drown. GG's. Good flex at the end. I appreciate the flex. Disappointing end, but like, I do think we were. I mean, we won a game 2 there where we only drew 3 cards, and it was Birds, Teferi. No, 4 cards. Birds, Teferi, Stoneforge, Lotus Bloom, in 7 turns. Because the Stoneforge and the Kaldra just walked. We lost a game here because it was just full of cards that were really good against us, which was the Mayhem Devil plus Voidwalker. Just like main deck, both of them. We beat this guy, and then we lost to Jeskai Control, and I definitely made 2 mistakes in the 3rd game, but whether they were critical or not, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not disheartened by that. Maybe I should be, but the list felt fine. Again, it did feel good. Like, I feel like I should be doing better than that. As in, the results should be better, deserve to be better. We've played fairly well in most of the games, just drew fairly poorly in a couple of them, and faced really tricky matchups. The Mayhem Devil matchup, we would have actually beaten them if they weren't specifically on a Mayhem Devil deck. Like, we could have beaten the Voidwalker. We had answers to the Voidwalker, we just didn't have answers to everything. So, yeah, the list felt okay, it really did. We won 2 games purely because I won multiple games purely because of Stoneforge Mystic. And I did in the previous league. But the correct list probably sits somewhere like maybe a finale. I wonder if we could cut a Cultivator. I don't think we can. Maybe we can. It makes me a bit nervous because it means you have to find... Like, you have to have them both, one of them live, which is risky. Or maybe you can cut a Cultivator, and if one of them dies, and the second one dies, you're hoping to draw into a finale that wins you the game. Which isn't insane, it's not impossible. But I kind of want to have this mix of, like... Yeah, I want some 1-drops, basically. Maybe like that. I don't know. Let's go with Portable Hole. But yeah, I think I want the finale. I'm going to try cutting a Cultivator. I know it's mad. I know it's almost definitely wrong. But they are pretty bad draws, and we've added Kaldra Compleat into our, oh no, it's a 7 mana card list. This will cost us games some of the time, it's just how often. But I'm going to try this Traverse. I think that's a really good... I've played it before in like Kiki card decks where I just run it as a one-of. Probably want to run it over here as well. It's just an extra... It's just better than a land a lot of the time. Oh, it is a land a lot of the time, and then other times it's slightly better than a land, I guess is what I should say, for a 15 fetches. I could cut a fetch, probably. Oh, do you know what though? I didn't like the Hallowed Fountain. I honestly just don't like this Triland. I think I meant to go catcher and more plains, less forest. More plains, less forest. Go back to this setup. Makes Hallowed Fountain slightly better. I didn't have the matchups for double endurance, but I'm not sure I want it. I'm not sure I want Tracker anymore. This alt win con is that strong that I'm not sure Tracker's even worth running. Let's maybe try adding another spell pierce. And do you know what? Let's drop this Veil of Summer. No, that seems wrong. Let's just go up Veil of Summers. Thrun seems worse, you know, like the Stoneforge package is just really good at playing fair. So, you know, let's say we were playing against, I don't know, blue-white control. You bring in 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 cards. And we would cut probably Portable Hull, a Wargate, a Finale. You know, like you cut those 3. Where else do you cut? The list is too tight. It's too hard to cut, so then you don't really want to bring in Thrun, I don't think, because you already have good cards to bring in. Alpine Moon I've always been pretty low on, so let's go back to Magus over Alpine. Maybe just add another removal spell. Which I don't know what that should be, but removal spell. Just another on Thin Ice, probably. Yeah. Do you know what? I could get behind Solitude as a tutor target over the on Thin Ice. Yeah, I can. I don't think I want it main deck. Maybe I do over this Portable Hull. Portable Hull certainly goes up in value post-board. Not sure I want all this. I'm just not sure what I want. So if I was playing against Control, I would cut a Solitude, I would cut a Call, and I would probably cut a Wargate. And maybe the Traverse. So those are the 4 that I'm pretty happy to cut. And I would bring in, I guess you just bring in the 4 spells. It's not dreadful. We try Solitude. Solitude kind of fits a little bit better when you consider it a, you know, like a something that beats people up. I think I'm going to do it that way. It does attack. It's like a good follow-up to the Stoneforge plan. I kind of just don't want... You know, I have Skyclave, so maybe Skyclave goes to the sideboard and you run Solitude and Portable Hull. So that's like the thing that deals with permanence. That's the thing that deals... There's nothing here deals with Karn, though. Outside of just attacking. Seems weird to have Solitude in the sideboard. But I don't know. Maybe it's these 75 cards. I just don't know in which order. So Yeah, maybe I'm going to try that. It's going to do a huge U-turn and just play the Spell Pierce main. I still think this has potential. Is Finale the best tutor available, or is there something slightly better? Oh, well, I'm about to leave, unfortunately. Is there anything else that says search your library for a creature? So I don't really care about the win con on this. Search library creature. And we want it to cost less than 3. I'm pretty sure it's going to just show Neoform and... Oh no, okay. Too many things with similar text. But we finished 2 and 3. But it did feel fine. Right, so Eladamri's Call is obviously the best one. Fauna Shaman definitely isn't what we're looking for. Neither it's Neoform. Choose type creature with mana value less than X. Search library for a creature card with the same name as that creature. Nah. Not a chance. Signal the Clans. Man, I might have to have a go with that. I mean, that is such a bad card, isn't it? Such a bad card. No, not Summoner's Pass. Search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it and put it in your hand. Search your library for Tameshi and put it in your hand. I don't hate that at all. At all. It might actually be better than Finale. That's one for another day, I think. That's pretty interesting. We've added Traverse, so that's something. Search library for up to X creature cards with different names that each have converted mana cost X. Put them in your hand. Wow, that's awful. Okay. Well, I haven't found a better tutor, so this is what I'm going to run next time. No last minute changes of heart. I'm going to try this next time. I think the third cultivator might be key, and I might be being a bit too reckless here, but let's give it a go. Let's try this next time out. The Traverse might help cover that. Who knows? Balagad Recovery is a card that could help mitigate this loss. So, front half is a land game when you need it, and then you pick it back up with Tameshi if you run out of cultivators. It has potential. I'm going to run it over Flooded Strand, I think. It's risky. Like, how many turn 1 green sources do I have to play my birds and traverses? It's going down. I'm down to 16. I kind of want 17. Because I've read somewhere that that's the right number. That's not how you press keys on a keyboard. Snow-covered forest. One. Cut that. But then what that means is that I want the Flooded Strand instead of the Misty. Right, that's what I'm going to try next time out. I probably just went to be the other Tri-land. Yeah, it almost definitely is. I just don't like it. I'm just used to playing the rug version. Anyway, 23 lands, Traverse and Balaged might be a bit low, but we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. We're only on one tapped land now, so that makes this slightly more passable. And it's to enable trimming a cultivator to be able to play a finale, so it should all line up, I would think. Anyway, that's a 2 hour 40 stream. I better put that losing one on YouTube, but anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for the follows, thanks for joining in with the chat. It's much appreciated. Hope you've enjoyed my experimentation. I'm going to continue with it because I do think it has potential still. I can't really explain it. Like, when your results are not very good, people think, oh, let's not bother copying that. But I actually think this has potential, so I'm going to try again. Cheers, guys. Right. Night. See you later. You're welcome.